Please watch.
Is it okay
Please watch.
if I'm the same? I'm
Please
catching
watch.
feelings
Watch.
from all the dealings.
Please watch.
Please
Please watch.
watch.
Please watch. Please watch.
The same.
Dots and ties. Dots and ties.
Dots and ties.
Dots and
Tell me my
ties.
surprise.
and ties. Dots and ties.
Dots and ties.
Please watch, like, and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
Dots and ties.
Please watch and subscribe. Dots and
Hi guys! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is me again, that's in Toys or Nurse Mark Shao. Thank you so much for those who keeps on watching my videos. For those who are new here in my channel, again, my name is Mark Shao. I'm a UK registered nurse here since January, February, March, April. Since May. So I passed my OSCE on May, and up until now, I'm still a UK registered nurse, hopefully until it lasts. So far so good. Of course, I'm working still in St. James Hospital, that's in Leeds. Anyway, enough about that, since my content for the day or for the night is regarding things that I learned here in UK as a dialysis nurse, or let's just say dialysis nurse slash staff nurse within 10 months. Well, I've written some, this is not few, maybe it's around 20, 21, but let's see if I could make it a short vlog. So let's begin. First one, let's begin with me as a hemodialysis nurse. The workload. I'm not saying in all parts of UK, maybe it's only here in Leeds, but I would say for me, in my experience here in Leeds, since the whole team of dialysis here in St. James is really nice, we do have a work-life balance, and they're really taking care of us international nurses. That's what we are here. So I would say that the workload is really far from what I experienced in UAE. Well, of course, the salary is higher there. I don't want to go in depth about it. I'm not sure about UK and Singapore or UK and Germany. Again, as a hemodialysis here in Leeds, UK, it's a, let's just say 5 out of 5. Yeah, that's how great it is. Let's go to number 2. The opportunities here in NHS is really vast. There's a lot of opportunities if you really want to expand your career as a nurse. If you want to pursue your career, let's say for me as a dialysis nurse, I have a 3 path that I could take. I don't want to explain anymore what those paths are, but yeah, there's a 3 paths that you can undertake for you to promote yourself into a higher position. if you don't like your current department or your specialty or where you're working at here in NHS, there's still a possibility for you. You can apply to get transferred to a place where you really want to, to specialize yourself. So it's a really great working in NHS because of those perks. Like every week, you can check the job vacancies, internal job vacancies that you can apply to, and hopefully you could get considered. Let's go to 3. Continuing the topic of opportunities, after 10 months of working here, I learned that even though you don't have the experience in that certain field that you're applying for, it doesn't matter as long as you pass the interview. So the interview it's generally, since I experienced interviews, yes, I already applied, let's just say a higher position, although I didn't get accepted, but I did experience it and I know how to say it because I think I have the experience to share how the interview goes here. So they're assessing your general knowledge, not that specific area, although there are some questions, yes, but most of the time it's more on the general side of nursing. So the interview would be, I'm not sure because what I experienced is just 2 people interviewing me, but there are some cases wherein like 3, 4, 5 panel, and yeah, it's a great experience. I would say for those new here, don't be shy. You can apply. If you get shortlisted, then great. Proceed. Just hope for the best. Let's go to the 4th one. Flexible shift. I realized that they really do care for your work and life balance. I'm not sure about other places. I'm not sure about other departments, but here in dialysis, they really do care about the work-life balance. There are some times that they will ask you if you can do overtime or you can fill in this due to someone is being sick, but that's entirely up to you if you want it or not, especially if you have kids to take care of, like me, who needs to have a, let's just say, fixed shift for now, since I really need to bring my kids to school. I really need to be off in a certain day because my kid is off on that day. I can't do anything about it. They do prioritize your condition when it comes to that. That's how NHS, or let's just say that's their culture here in UK. So I would give 5 out of 5 again for the flexibility of shifts here in UK. In NHS, I mean. So let's go to the 5th one. Let's talk about money. I think I realized this after 7 months. I should have realized this earlier, but I think it was not my priority that time, or I don't have really any idea how to apply for it. What I'm talking about is banking. They have this system called banking. If you're planning to get an extra amount of money, I don't have any idea with other departments, but here in dialysis, we are working 4 times a week and we have 3 days off. For me, 2 days is enough. So the other day, you can apply for a shift, not necessarily in dialysis, but in other departments as well, like A&E, other ward, or in ICU, HDU, or some other department. You can apply for it as a weekly payment or just like your salary. So it's an added salary on top of your ongoing salary. For me, I applied for a weekly basis payment, meaning if I did a bank for Monday, I would get that on the following week, Friday. That's how it goes here. At least weekly, you're getting your salary. It ranges from 130 to 250. It depends on the dates, of course, or if there's a public holiday, there's additional payment. So it depends. It's a good thing, right? Especially to those who really need extra money. I will not go in depth about banking here. Maybe I will talk about it in my other vlogs. I'm planning to do in-depth vlogging about banking here. So watch out. So 6. As of now, Leeds NHS has a shortage of staff, not just band 5, not just band 3, not just band 2, including midwives. So they're hiring staffs internationally or locally here, and it's not just 1, 2, or 10 staff. They really need 100 staff, especially wards. Of course, they do have shortages of staff there, so most of the time a banking slot can open in that specific ward just to fill in the necessary manpower. Number 7. There is an ongoing strike. The strike is all about increasing the payment of nurses. The strike will happen this month, this December. I will be there since I'm off, so I'm gonna support it. Again, it's all about salary. So the union here is really pushing the NHS or the government to increase the salary of nurses. Inflation is going on, but the salary of nurses didn't increase. So they're really pushing to have the salary for nurses increase this year. It already did twice when I came here. Is it twice? Yeah, just once, sorry. So it did increase once, but that's not enough, and they're still pushing it this coming December. Hopefully by January they could give it to us, which is more money. Okay, number 8. Regarding weather, the weather is no joke here. I like cold weather, but really, it's not even snowing yet, and we're just experiencing 0 or -1 degree as of now. But it's like nanunuot yung lamig. It's really going into your bones, especially my hand. I have a gloves, but I've given it to my kids. Now I'm experiencing paano ba? Reynolds syndrome hindi naman. I'm experiencing like frostbite. OA naman for frostbite, maybe something like that. That's how cold it is here in UK. Of course, there are countries which are much more colder, but again, I'm just talking about my experience here or our experience here. So that's it. Number 9. Regarding childcare, I think I realized this after like 2 months ago or 1 month ago. Childcare is really a problem here because if you're gonna hire a nanny just to be with your kid, it's really expensive. If you're single and then you have a kid, and that kid is not even in their teenager years, so you better ask for someone. If you have a friend or someone or your family member or a cousin maybe, or even a co-worker that you can bring the kid in. If you're not in the house, then it's much better rather than looking for a nanny. Really, it's no joke. Okay, let's go to 10th one. If you're renting a house or if you already own a house here, of course, you're not new anymore if you own a house here. So those people who are renting a house or apartment, I would say that you can manage just to save money, of course, just to save electricity or your bills, right? You can manage to not turn on your heater all day. Doesn't matter as long as you have a good amount of, let's say, cover to yourself. It's still fine. You can survive the weather here. Well, that is as of now, but I'm not sure about winter time. Well, technically it's already winter here, but it's not the peak yet of winter, so maybe there will be a time that we need to turn on the heater. But I think if I'm living alone, I could manage, just to save money, of course. Bills, yeah. So the next one, number 11.
I will carry you home when you gonna.
About the laundry. If you manage to rent a house that is fully furnished and it has a separate machine for the laundry and for the dryer, then you're lucky, because drying your laundry here is no joke. Even if you could dry it, it doesn't smell good. So of course you need to buy a comforter or fabric conditioner. But if you're one of those people who manage to get a place here and the place doesn't have really a dryer, if you don't have that machine and you simply hang your clothes, it will take time here, because unless you put it in the heater, sometimes we use electric fan, hindi makulob yung amoy. Yeah, just to give a heads up. Okay, next.
I will carry you home.
regarding food, really, totoo. It's real. It's the truth. Food here, especially if you're going out, it's really bland. Believe me, they don't have really like Tatak Filipino. Tatak here, they don't have really a trademark except from fish and chips, which is, that's it. Just put salt in it. So what we're eating here mostly are food from other countries like in India, curry or masala, or some other Asian food in Pakistan, from Egypt, those things. And the spices here is not really spicy. That's my experience in terms of food. Next one. Umbrella. I realized this earlier when every time it rains here, I don't really see people here bringing umbrella. I do have one every time it's raining here. Aside from wearing a jacket, I do use the umbrella, and I see that not some, but most of the people who sees me doing it really stares at me in a funny way. I do see those stares. Because of that, I usually fold it. Nahiya na ako. Yeah, sometimes I don't mind, but it depends. Yeah, it depends. So, at least you know. Next! Again, after 10 months, so this is my first winter time, I learned that it's true. When it comes to winter time, before 5 o'clock, it's already dark. I think maybe 4 o'clock, it's already dark. When I say dark, like night dark. There's no sun anymore. And the sunrise, maybe 8 or 9 in the morning. At first, I was thinking, is it really true that it happens during winter? So now I know. Next, let's go back to NHS. I'm gonna share about my experience when it comes to healthcare or seeking a doctor's help if you have issues like body aches, fever that's not really going down, sore throat that's not healing, coughing, all those things. If you really need to seek a doctor's help or consultation or a general practitioner, it takes time. When I say time, it will take days or sometimes weeks just to have you booked with a general practitioner here. That's how it goes here. You can see a pediatrics for kids. You can see a ophthalmologist straight away. You can see internal medicine straight away if you really need to. All people who has issues when it comes to healthcare need to see a general practitioner first, and it depends on how the general practitioners see how you're doing. That's when the time they're gonna refer you to a specialist. You need to seek a general practitioner first, and based on the assessment and intervention, if you really need a specialist, that's time that you're gonna refer you to the specialist. Again, it takes time. Maybe you're gumaling ka na, and then you get to see a doctor after. I don't know why it's like this in UK. I did interview some people and they told me it's not like this before. It happened after COVID. The waiting time took days or weeks just to see a GP. Before, it only took 1 or 2 days. So that's what COVID did in UK. If you really need to seek help, then better go to A&E or emergency department. It's called A&E, Accident and Emergency. So go there, have yourself be checked there. But the problem is it will also take time, but just hours. Well, compared to days, right? I'm not talking about 2 hours or 3 hours. I'm talking about 6, 8, 9 hours or 12 hours staying in A&E just to seek help or just to seek medical advice. Yeah, that's how it goes here, unfortunately. Well, what can I say? That's the bad side of NHS. Then next, I'm gonna talk about medications. Recently, my wife went to a GP, and again, it took 5 hours. It's not even a GP, it's advanced practitioner, so it's not a doctor but an advanced practitioner that has license to prescribe medication. She just asked for a medication for her sore throat. She was given a penicillin. At first, we thought that since it's NHS, once you go to a pharmacy, it's free, the medication. That's the time we learned if both of you are full-time working, you don't have the, let's just say, right or you have the capacity to pay and you cannot get it for free. So that's how it goes here. Again, if both of you are working full time, you need to pay for the medication that the GP from NHS prescribe you or the advanced practitioner prescribe you. So that's it. Let's go to dental. For kids who are still studying or still going to school, the dental is free. If not free, 50% discount. I'm sure it's free, but the 50% discount, I'm not sure about that. For adults who are already working, it's not free anymore. We need to pay. Of course, you can get a private insurance to have your dental covered, or you can just pay it by cash. That's how it goes here. And believe me, as what I've said earlier, asking for a GP appointment takes time. That's how it goes also in dental, and it's much more worse. It takes like a month. Believe me, based on my experience, it takes years. Yes, years. 3 months ago, we went to a dentist. They asked to get our kid registered there, and they told us the waiting period to see a dentist is 1 year. Imagine, that's how bad it is. Well, at least you know. Next is regarding bus transportation. So transportation here, I did experience the worst part of it because sometimes I do night shift and I ride a bus just to get to the hospital, and I experienced the worst things about bus timings. It's not accurate, and sometimes the bus will cancel their trips and the bus don't arrive on time, or they don't even arrive. Yeah, that's what happened. That's how the transportation here. I'm not sure about other places, but here in Leeds, that's what happened, and that's based on my experience. One time I'm already waiting in a bus stop, and then the bus already came, and then suddenly they're gonna tell this is their last stop. Imagine, I've been waiting. I already purchased the ticket online, and then suddenly they're gonna tell that, which is really bad. One time I experienced waiting in a bus stop. I'm waiting, and the time schedule states that it's 2 minutes, and then 1 minute, and then 0 minute, and then there's no bus. Not even other bus arrive in that bus stop. That's how bus schedule works here. And I know there are some people who experience much worse. So that's how it goes here. Well, I think this is the last one. So after 10 months living here in UK as a nurse, I did experience some good side about working here in NHS. It's regarding discounts. As a nurse here in NHS, I do experience many perks when it comes to dining out, buying things in department store, or buying things in supermarket, or buying in online delivery. Buying online or doing deliveries. There are many discounts that you can get as an NHS worker. So we do get 10%, 20%, 15%, 25%, or even 50% discounts. So there are some third-party application that you need to download just to avail that, or you could even use your ID, NHS ID, to avail those things, and which is good. Yeah, at least there's a good thing as an NHS worker here in Leeds, in UK, I mean, right? So something to look forward to. One last thing, for those who are planning to come here in UK, I would say that you don't need to bring tabo or what, pail? Ano ba ito yun? Pail ba yun? You can go to Poundland, again, that's Poundland. You can go to Poundland or any other store and buy some beaker ba tawag doon? Yeah, they have this, it is like a tabo, some sort. Yeah, it has a handle. Yeah, so basically it's a tabo, right? So you don't need to bring anything from the Philippines here just to use as a tabo. might as well bring clothes or something else. And again, you don't need to bring some other stuff like magic sarap or like noodles or sinigang mix. So there's Asian stores here that you can buy those products easily. What I could recommend is if you're using a soap like Kojic soap, you better buy it in the Philippines because here it's really expensive. My god, it's expensive here, just 1 bar. So you might as well buy it in the Philippines, right? So I think that's the bonus tip that I could, or things that I learned that I could share for those who are watching, right? So I think that's about it, and I hope you got something out of it. Again, thank you so much for those who completed my video. Thank you so much for those who are planning to watch some other videos in my channel. And don't forget to, again, like, share, and subscribe. Click the notification bell. Of course, stay safe, guys. And to those who are, to those who are coming here in Leeds, see you guys, and bye-bye. God bless.
She makes me feel alive. I won't deny. Her love for me is real and kinda suicide. She's not the same. She's such a rare type. She's far from